Alright, boys. A lot to go over. Not good. You see here, but fuck it, man. It happens, okay? So, I'm gonna go over today's trades. Right. Asian range closed bearish, and the DTCC also bearish. I'm looking for shorts. Right, we have a bit of this midnight opening price. Okay, I've just labelled that from the charts. We have a bit of sell side liquidity, also sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity here and here. And we come on up. You know, during the London session, we come up sweet buy side. So I'm looking for shorts. Okay, so I'm dropping onto the 1 minute time frame. And as soon as we swept, we aggressively dropped to the downside, which is showing good bearish confirmation, right? I set my original order on this breaker block, stops above this high, but as you see, that wouldn't have really mattered. And because it was quite an aggressive move down, I drew out equilibrium. And I waited for price to come into equilibrium. You see it tapped in twice and it gave off a nice reaction. So on this retracement candle, I manually entered, which is something you should never really do. You should wait for your original entry to get hit. Obviously, stopped out. And then we didn't disrespect the breaker block, I thought, because, well, it didn't close above. And then we started to move aggressively down. So again, re-entered and immediately, bang, stopped out. So that's the account gone. You know, it happens. Not proud of it, but not my first fumble of an account. And it never stopped me back then when I didn't pass an account, and it's not going to stop me now, obviously. I think it's just the typical first funded account. It was my first 200k, so, you know, trading with higher numbers. Obviously, on paper, risking a lot more, when in reality it wasn't really. It was just the same risk management, but out of them two trades, sorted. Done. Don't have to worry about it anymore, right? Because I was in a disadvantage from the beginning, since I kind of lost my cool a little bit. But got to hold my hands up. Should have only took one trade. It was one trade a session, so I broke my rules. Wasn't patient, broke the rules, and there you go. Got to pay the price for it. Doesn't matter, does it? Shit happens. But right now, more practice. Okay. Again, came on up. It's quite confusing to see, but buy side has obviously been swept, filling out this imbalance. Cool. That's where we're at currently. We've just come into equilibrium, dropped down to the smaller time frames, labeled this buy side liquidity. Maybe even this one you could label. Doesn't fucking matter. We're in equilibrium, and we've swept some buy side liquidity. Also, we're in this big inverted gap, which occurred just after New York session. But we are in our prime area to look for a trade. I'm keeping all the green lines because these are previous take profit levels. Okay. So we're going to do a bit of practice on this new theory. So we're in the prime zone, 0.47, 0.67. We're above the midnight opening price. Asian range bearish, DTCC bearish. A lot of bullish movement all throughout the day, which is quite good. But what I am going to wait for is a cheeky little market structure shift, which we might be getting here. Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah, okay. So we'll wait, see if this candle leaves any sort of fair value gap. Just keep rejecting, you know, close below this fair value gap right here. which seems to be what we are filling. You know, you don't know, do you? You never know. But 3 minute, also fair value gap. 5 minute, I believe also a fair value gap. I can't really tell. It's quite hard to see with these blue lines, but I believe we are just filling a imbalance. And looks like we might not leave any room for a fair value gap. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows indeed? Yeah, same shit as yesterday, apart from, well, I haven't got a funded account now, and in order to have any chance of making any money, I need this payout. And God knows when that's going to come. But, you know, market structure shift, left behind fair value gap. We are in this imbalance, but we have gotten a market structure shift. I mean, I would not like to take a trade off of this. You probably could, but I would like this inverted gap to get disrespected a bit more, because the only bit of bearish confirmation we have currently is the market structure shift and a buy side after a buy side liquidity sweep. Also the equilibrium. So equilibrium being tapped, liquidity being swept, that's like checklists, you know. But with this being a pretty big gap, not only on the 1 minute but also the 5 minute. Where does this candle actually? Yeah, so it is also a 5 minute gap, because I've got the magnet on. I know you can't really see the wick, but with the magnet, you see we just dropped over 0.5%. And a bit of retracement. But if we close below it, I mean, we're not going to in 30 seconds. I'm well aware of that. Why did I do that? But if the 1 minute disrespects it, shows a bit more bullish confirmation. You know, I doubt we'll come all the way back up into this fair value gap, but we are testing the theory, right? So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. PC's shit. There you go. It's a good example of, because I would have been stopped out there, most definitely. So it was a good call not taking the trade off of that, wasn't it? With a bit of narrative and a bit of shit going on, you know. This is a new 5 minute candle. Like this is the beginning. You see, it's 30 seconds and we've just exploded up after filling the fair value gap halfway. So we might not be done on the expansion up, but we are in a pretty good area. This gap that we're currently in. So pretty much, I mean, right now, since we've closed, not closed, but since we wicked above, holy shit, what a 1 minute candle that is, eh? So what I'll be waiting for now then is another market structure shift to the downside, and see if we close below this 1 minute gap. This time is fractal, right? That's what we know. We're well aware. Very volatile right now. Is there any news coming out? Today is okay. Oh, quarter. Ooh, 15 minutes. We got some PMI, and then at 3 we have some PMI. So it's not the most ideal conditions for trading, but news is just an injection. There's red folder news coming out too. I don't think I'll. Well, I'd hope that I wouldn't take the trade on the funded, but I'm not so sure now. constantly seeking opportunity, but at least with this new sort of strategy we've got going on, I should only be taking 2 trades a day, but I was so confident. I was so confident in the London session manipulation, liquidity sweep, market shift, break a block, order block, all that bollocks. I was so confident in that I re-entered twice, which, you know, is now a new rule that we're not going to implement. I mean, that we are going to implement. And we're going to try and follow, but yeah, mate. I mean, the news coming out in literally 7 minutes. I'm fucking shocked that we wicked all the way up here, still managed to close within this fair value gap. That is crazy. I mean, this is a 5-minute candle. How long's it got left? A minute and a half. So technically, with this candle to close below here, well, this candle and the next one, if we close below, even further, that would be nice. Very, very nice. But who knows, mate? We'll see. See what price wants to do. Kind of just bouncing around these 2 fair value gaps for now, but this little time window is just over half an hour long. I'm not going to be waffling and recording through it all. You got the premise. You saw the trades I took earlier. You knew the thought process behind it, but I broke my rules. So there you go. Break your rules, lose your account. Not my first one. Not my first one, and it's probably the first of many 200Ks. But not discouraged. Still going to keep trying. Jesus Christ. I need a new PC, mate. I've got no fucking space. If I'm recording these and editing them, and then loading them, and then I've got a couple of games that won't run because we've got low disk space, blah, 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 blah. Crying like a little baby. Let's have a look. GU. Interesting. Got a bit of an SMT for me. Nope. I made a higher high. This made a much lower high. Interesting little bit of SMT here. It's more bearish confirmation. Oh. Unless we just go and wick that high, but that is pretty shitty price action right now. What would you expect with the news coming out? See what happens. 5 minutes. Let's catch up in 5 minutes, eh? Let's see what happens. But we've got bearish SMT. Let's just keep that in mind, right? All right. You see, clearly we've disrespected this gap, but we still haven't pushed above yet. We haven't pushed above yet. To break that high. See, high, low. Disrespected that little 1 minute fair value gap. Bit of consolidation. News literally dropped in 4 seconds. Still didn't break that high. Bit more bearish SMT. Let's see if the orange news PMI does absolutely anything to the market. Because there was some this morning, and very little happened. So with the bearish SMT, yeah. What the fuck? Got my cat with me, you know, clearly, but yeah, no injection of volatility. So I mean, realistically, the market structure shift will be from this low, but we still have the imbalance below it, and obviously, as proven, we can't just go off of the market structure shift. Just give us something, right? Good snip. It's not very. Yep. Cheers, Tilt. Yep. Thank you. Yep. I don't know what the fuck she's sniffing. She's always in my room and she's just smelling everything now. I don't know what it is, but yeah, red folder PMI. That was a huge fucking letdown, wasn't it? There's a the orange folder PMI obviously came out. Doesn't matter what it is. Just an injection of volatility. Does not matter what the actual PMI says. Because whatever the news is, if you watch the charts, as boring as that may be for some people, for me it's actually quite enjoy it. But beyond the point, if you actually watch the charts and you watch the news events, because they're the most fun usually. Huge injection, huge moves, whoa, money, caveman fucking brain. If the news comes out as bearish, the move still could be bullish. And obviously there's news events that impact the market more. Orange folders are not as important as the red ones, and yellows are not important as the orange, but there's the basic knowledge of that. But if you actually watch, say, USD, the USD PMI comes out bullish, it still could be bearish. It doesn't matter what the news actually says. It is literally just a injection of volatility, so the market movers can just kind of skip ahead, because the news events is basically just like a fast pass, say at Alton Towers or Disney World, whatever it is. It's basically just like a fast pass for price to just get there. My boys just started looking at the recordings, just finished up. And as I was saying, what did this news come out as? Because this could be quite useful for someone. So, no, here it is. Yeah, right. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Okay, so you see the actual was greater than forecast, which means it's good for the US dollar, which means the US dollar is pretty good. And compare that to the euro against the USD, we should be seeing some bullish movement, if I am correct or not, but not too sure. Basically, it doesn't matter what the news comes out as. I think, could be wrong, because I don't trade news, I don't read news, and it doesn't matter. But in my head, I thought that would mean bullish. But euro against the USD, it's moved down, and just hit the take profit one. So if I was actually in this trade, I would have moved my stops to break even, secured some profits. Yeah, we just swept below the midnight opening price, got a bit of retracement action going on, standard little news sort of fucking action. But today should close bearish, which means this little horizontal dotted grey line, it'll mean price will close below there. How far? Who knows? But if the DTCC or DCTC, whatever the fuck it's called, is bearish, Asian range is also bearish. Just with the news out, obviously, it's not a good idea to trade. So I gotta keep that in mind, right? Okay, right. I think I'm just gonna cut out the previous ending because I was just waffling about the news, and now there's indefinite proof. that it's just a bunch of bollocks, mate. So, yeah, hopefully got the daily bias right. Looks like I have, but can't say for certain because I ain't got a, well, I can't see the fucking future. So, we should close below this horizontal line though, if the theory is correct. And through all the backtesting I've done, it failed once on a big hefty Thursday news day, which is, understandable. I would have not been trading it anyway, so, it's good signs. It's good signs. Bad shit, but it's good signs, Right, okay. Had a good or should bad shit in a bit.